Hey, my name is Mike Norice, and today we are here at the WSCAC teaching my mural class. And this is a one-day course. It's a 3-hour course of just doing murals from A to Z. So I'm having my students doing a mural from scratch. Today they chose Tupac. So this is not a mural class, this is Mike Norice's mural class. This is a difference. Every artist has a different way of how they do their thing. This is how I do my murals. So if you follow my work and you see how I create, 9 times out of 10, I started off with this right here. And if you listen closely, you'll hear some soft music, because whenever I create, I'm listening to music that is low, you know what I mean? Like low in tone, not low in volume, low in tone. I personally feel that my art is therapeutic, so I have to have nice R&B music, me personally.
So WLCAC, quiet as kept. We have a lot of properties in Watts, but our central campus is on Central Avenue, 109th and Central, and we're in the marketplace today. In this space, we have a glass blowing studio, ceramics, screen printing, and a gallery, and just a bunch of open space for creativity. And this is where we do our thing.
What brought me here was a rare opportunity to gain muralism skills and meet other artists. You know, in LA, there are no muralism schools. It's it's kind of like a tightly held secret of how to paint, and it's really a shame because muralism is such a powerful tool for community building and telling invisible stories. And unfortunately, people like us, people of color, rarely get the opportunity to even witness someone paint a mural. So I came out here because this is an extremely rare thing that's happening.
Seeing everybody come together, everyone learning, definitely learning a new craft. It was just a beautiful thing to see. And then I love the new background, how everyone is doing, instead of doing grids, how everyone has their names and everything underneath. So it's another way that we all connect with the piece itself, because we know exactly what's under there, but the naked eye doesn't know that. So it's a beautiful thing. And all the colors, I just love vibrant colors.
You want to make sure your parallel and horizontal lines are straight with the board, because if it's crooked, if you're leaning forward like this, or you're leaning up, the same distortion I was telling you about with the projector, you're gonna get with this. So you gotta make sure that your picture is straight. You see, I can see Tupac and the picture. So the reason why is because the markings of Tupac's face, you see that? The markings of Tupac's face, we're gonna trace using the markings that we used.
Wait, Tupac transparent or the image transparent?
The Tupac transparent, right?
So muralism is actually a real word. It actually became popular during Mexican muralism, when all that began. So before the Mexican Revolution, there was murals happening in Europe, but they were like really abstract and really, or like they were really focused on being realistic and pretty, right? Just beautification. But then during the Mexican Revolution, these artists and the new government of Mexico, they were like, hey, you know what? Murals shouldn't just be pretty. Murals should actually be in the service of people. They should tell our stories, and they should also dig into our roots, our heritage, and our background. So it's so beautiful that really all began during the Mexican Revolution. And now with Mike's, collaborative mural, with a community mural, elevating our icons, that's really connecting back to the movement that started many, many years ago with the Mexican Revolution. So it continues.
I've always seen this technique of doodle grading, and to see it like done in person, it's definitely a good learning experience.
I would take a lot more time, but we don't have the luxury of the time in the group. And plus, I like to, when I'm working in a group like this, I like to give everyone the chance to create, but still letting them be in their own artistical lane. I don't want to dictate or change someone's style of how they create just because I'm teaching them. I want to basically give them the tools to scale, and then however way they want to interpret what I'm telling them, that's on their artistical style, which is good because we all have different styles.
We here today. Listen, all of y'all that, if y'all out there on social media and watching this, wherever you're watching that, Mike Norice has came down and volunteered his time, and I always tell you that time is your most valuable element, your most valuable asset, and you got to be selective on how you use your time. I decided to share my time today with Mike. Mike is bringing something to the community that the community needs. He's showing you how to use your eyes and hand coordination in order to take things that's in your mind, things you have in a photo, and take it and turn it into a painting.
So I really hope that things like this begin kind of a conversation around muralism here in LA and street art in general. If you really look at the LA scene, it's really illegal to do street art, and muralism, you have to jump through hoops and bureaucracy. And even though in the 90s we did pass a mural law, thanks to people like Noni Alabizi and Judy Baca, and they opened the doors for us, but there's still a long way to go, because if you want to do a mural right now in your home or places like that, or in a public space for your community, it's very difficult. And if you're caught painting something on the wall, you could get like 3 years in jail right now.
It's just good to kind of stand back and look at the artists do their thing. And I think with me laying the foundation of the structure of Tupac in this, there's really no way to make a mistake.
I'm very appreciative to be here, and I think this is about to start a whole lot of murals in my future. Just with how the methods I used to paint, and with this, it's gonna take me to some other level.
So I was at work today. Mike texted me, told me about the event. I had a feeling I wasn't gonna make it, so I told my girlfriend to go for me so she could take notes on things that he was saying about murals, character development, and just how to kind of build onto a mural. So I had her take notes for me while I, clocked out and made my way to this event. Got here about an hour late, so that was pretty cool, but I saw the beginning phases of the abstract Tupac being constructed. It was a really sick piece to watch. I've never really seen the Tupac painted like this. Everyone is always black and white or hyper-realism. It's kind of cool to see something like this. It's different.
I didn't think that we'd be able to finish, but we got it done. Yeah, it's what happens when you have a group of good artists that come together. Very little instruction. I just gave them the basics of how this method works, and they got it just like that. It was real easy.